We're doing everything in Disney World with 1,000 tasks in 100 days. There have been a few changes and I can't believe we're almost done. This is insane. Here's a recap. If you've been watching this series from the very beginning, the OG person who started it, Emma, has moved away. She moved back home to Tennessee, but that's okay because she's still part of the team, which means everybody is helping her out to make sure she and her fellow competitors from the Last to Leave 2 challenge make it to Disneyland Paris. But for now, we've got a bunch of tasks. Agnes, Emma, take it away.
I cannot believe we are saying this, but we are into the last 10 episodes of the Everything series. This has been a trial, and y'all have carried, and I've been so proud of you. So today, I'm sending Agnes's list to your devices as always. I'm super excited for you. Another day that just sounds like so much fun in my book. So for the Agnes challenge, Agnes wants you to do something you've never done before in Disney World, which actually this entire series is doing everything in Disney World. So fingers crossed there's still something you personally have not done. As far as my challenge goes, I want you to rate each activity based on a Pixar character. So we're about to see if you really like some characters or if you really don't. Good luck.
Today is gonna be a fun one. A hard one, but a fun one. Am I by myself? Absolutely not. Angie is somewhere. I'm over already by Mission Space, which is where Star-Lord meets, so let's go find Star-Lord. All right, it is officially Star-Lord's time to come out. Sometimes he does like little actual meet and greets right here, but according to the My Disney Experience app, he says he's roaming near Guardians. So now we're on the hunt. We're on the hunt. Wait a minute. Is that him? I think I found him. Star-Lord, hi.
Howdy.
How are you?
Doing pretty good.
Nice to meet you.
It's good seeing you. So what missions do we have going on today?
Well, just general things, but I just wanted to introduce me. Like, my last name is Star Key, so I feel like there's like
we have a similarity.
there's a
do you have like a nickname they go with?
honestly,
It could be like Star King.
Star King. Hey, listen.
I feel like that's a good nickname.
If Star-Lord is gonna crown me Star King, like I
feel like that's
day
your
made.
nickname, and then just find something that you're ruler of or captain of, and you're all set.
I love live
Spaceman?
music and live
Okay,
entertainment, so
like leader of the live entertainment.
I love that.
That's pretty cool.
Well, kids, just met Star-Lord, who deemed me. Hey, good to see you. But you heard it here first, folks. Star-Lord deemed me Star King because of my last name, Star Key, and I am now the Star King of live entertainment. That's why, because if you know it, say it with me, live entertainment is important. Yee. I wonder how Angie's doing.
Guten Tag from Germany. The first task I'm tackling is enjoying a nice lunch here at the Biergarten restaurant. This is located inside a Germany pavilion, and it is a buffet-style restaurant with traditional German eats. Alrighty, the vibes here are so charming. And the theming here is supposed to look like you're outdoors at night in a German village. There's these beautiful buildings with that classic German architecture. There's plants and little flags, and it's, again, very whimsical, charming, and beautiful. The servers, of course, are so kind and nice, and I do have a peanut allergy. I did add that to my reservation, and immediately they gave me an allergy guide, which is a great physical guide to see what I can grab at the buffet, what's safe for me, what contains my allergen, what doesn't. This also showcases what's safe to eat for fish, shellfish, milk, tree nut, sesame, soy, egg, and gluten/wheat allergies. Totally recommend it if you're coming to Disney World and you have an allergy. First show at 1:15, and then they get on stage about every 45 minutes or hour or so in between sets. That's amazing. Anyway, it's time to dig in. I grabbed a little bit of everything, including the soup. Something fun I just got told by my server. These incredible flags are actually representative of the 16 different states inside of Germany. Absolutely beautiful. A Stein of Shirley Temple. That is awesome. Cheers. So overall, the food isn't really a standout here. I think what really makes this restaurant experience top-notch is the atmosphere, the setting, the decor. So our live performances while you're eating, wow, that's amazing. And you can tell that they truly enjoy what they're doing, and that's so fun to see. And the fact that guests can get up and dance, that's so much fun. If you have a picky eater in your party, unfortunately, I don't think they're gonna have a great time here. That's something to keep in mind. If you're coming with a family, I don't think kids would enjoy the kids section, but if you're an adventurous eater or you love German food, this is definitely the place to be. And if you want a restaurant with a more unique atmosphere than typical table service restaurants, Biergarten is there. And of course, I have not forgotten about the challenge. Yes, I have, but don't tell anyone that. Per Agnes's challenge, which is do something you've never done in Disney World. That was Biergarten. I've never gotten the chance to dine there, so it's very cool to finally get to experience it, and that checks off, woo, the Agnes challenge. Per Emma's challenge, rate each activity by comparing it to a Pixar character. And for Biergarten, I'm going to give it a Dory from Finding Nemo, or Finding Dory, because I just feel like the environment there was so lively and joyful, and that's Dory, honestly, to me. I can imagine her having a great time, holding her glass up with her little fins and just having the most incredible day.
Well, this is very exciting because I'm about to go to a restaurant I've never been to before. So let's head to my favorite pavilion and Olive World Showcase at EPCOT, Mexico for San Angel Inn. Let's go. This is not San Angel Inn. I moved locations to quite a location, to a brighter location, so we're able to talk about everything we just experienced. But the vibes of this restaurant really match the aesthetic of the entire place. Open air, if you will, because technically it's supposed to feel like you're outside with the night sky above you. It's right on the outskirts of the attraction, so you can see the boat of the Grand Fiesta Tour like slowly going past you. It was dark, but I was actually surprised about how much lighting there was. Now, I was able to make a same-day reservation on the My Disney Experience app. Make sure you have that app downloaded before you go because it is absolutely worth it. I got an appetizer and I got an entree. The appetizer was basically tortilla chips, the white cheddar cheese, queso in a way, and this chipotle sauce that had a little bit of a kick to it. The cheddar cheese, the white cheddar cheese, the queso, it was amazing. It was almost this like buttery queso. It was so savory. Tacos for my entree. Basically, they give you a couple different like flour tortillas. They give you all the meat and all like the peppers and all those kind of things in a skillet, and then some plantains on the side. Now with the tacos, you could either get grilled chicken or shaved ribeye, and I was like, well, I want to go with the shaved ribeye, and it was so good. The flavor profile was so deep. Between the shaved ribeye was juicy and like it was tender. It was really nice. And on top of that, it had this like kind of melted Monterey Jack cheese. It had peppers. It was just so good. They are open for lunch and dinner. The dinner menu is definitely a little bit different. I definitely would come back. And oh my gosh, the challenge. Oh my gosh, do something you've never done in Disney before. I did it. I've never done that restaurant before, so nailed it. Done. Challenge. Done. Rate each activity by comparing it to a Pixar character. Okay, Star-Lord. Buzz Lightyear. That's it. That man was I'm gonna compare that to Buzz Lightyear because he's galactic. And yeah. And of course, San Angel. We're gonna give him Coco. Because of course, right outside of the restaurant is Remember Me, the ofrenda, like there's a whole like exhibit dedicated to Coco. So like, I mean, I feel like it's gotta be Coco, right?
Our next task actually has us exiting EPCOT because we are heading to BoardWalk. We are going to take the BoardWalk bus, and we're also going to take the Grand Floridian bus. And to do that, we are going to do BoardWalk bus to Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom, we're going to head over to Grand Floridian by monorail and then take the Grand Floridian bus to EPCOT. Taking the buses are kind of chill. I just pop on some music. Sometimes if I have dinner reservations at another park or another hotel, I check on that and just kind of vibe. And that's what we're gonna do. To get to BoardWalk from EPCOT, you're going to enter the International Gateway, which is right by the France Pavilion right there. And you're going to head to either the Friendship boats, which is the boats that would take you to BoardWalk, Beach Club, Yacht Club, Swan and Dolphin, and Hollywood Studios. Or you can just walk over to the hotel. But I like a scenic boat ride and I want to rest my feet for just a little bit, so we're going to take the Friendship boats right over there. And that, friends, was the BoardWalk bus, and now we have arrived to Magic Kingdom, where we are going to grab the monorail to Grand Floridian to take the Grand Floridian bus. There is no bus that will go to EPCOT here at the Grand Flo. Instead, it says to use the monorail, but we need to take the Grand Flo bus, so I believe I'm just going to go to Disney Springs and do it that way, and that is a-okay. Another task complete, the Grand Floridian bus to Disney Springs. And my last task for the day has brought me back to EPCOT. At the Mexico Pavilion, we have Hacienda de San Angel, and it is a table service restaurant that serves Mexican-inspired dishes. Honestly, I know I just had a buffet, but I'm quite hungry again. I guess it is later in the day, so let's check in. Immediately when I sat down, I saw this little advertisement of the It Takes Two to Mango, and I love puns, so that won me over. But it's also a drink that will be leaving their menu by the end of this month. Look at that, it's stunning! And I love how they weren't shy about the chamoy. I'm so excited. Tajin is a spicy chili powder, and first of all, I love Tajin, but I especially love it with chamoy. It's like this really interesting sweet and spicy combo and soury that's chef's kiss. And here it is, the queso fundido. This comes with melted cheese and chorizo, peppers, onions, and an avocado mousse, and served with flour tortillas. This is available for $16. Wow. Absolutely spectacular, but this is so good. Cheese is so cheesy. Wow. Whoa, I wish this was on the menu all year round because it's so good. It's just such a perfect sweet, salty, soury, spicy cocktail, and it makes me really happy. Hacienda de San Angel, I had an incredible time. The food was so great. That queso fundido was just so yummy and delicious, and the cheese pool, whoa, it's so great. And the cheese was standing there for a little bit, and it still was perfectly creamy and warm and had that really nice stretch to it. It was so good. I also really enjoyed the It Takes Two to the mango margarita. So good. I raved about it enough. I don't think I need 2 more. That was amazing. And not only that, but the vibes in there were so great. Everyone was so nice. And they were playing a song from my childhood that made me like almost tear up because I was very happy and it made me really happy in there. And as I was eating that delicious tortilla with cheese, I realized that today was a great day to kind of understand what EPCOT is kind of all about. It's celebrating all these beautiful cultures. Like I just really felt that. It made me so happy. Even things that are familiar to us, it's great to see it in a whole new light or enjoy it outside in the EPCOT world. It just made me really happy. I truly recommend La Hacienda de San Angel, especially during Luminous, because the windows are right at the lagoon where the show takes place, so you get to see the beautiful lights and the fireworks. And tip right there, if you can score a reservation during that time for both the BoardWalk and Grand Floridian bus. Yes, I'm doing 2 because it's kind of hard to pick one for each because they're both a bus. But I'm gonna go with Bullseye from Toy Story because Bullseye is reliable and can take you to places like a bus, or like the bus is like Bullseye because it can take you to places like Bullseye. Point is, reliable. Okay. This one's gonna sound a little weird, but I'm gonna say that La Hacienda de San Angel reminds me of Carl Fredricksen. And let me try to get it into words so that you get where I'm going with that. I just felt very nostalgic in there. They were playing a song that my grandma used to love, and it made me really happy and almost tear up in there. The queso fundido reminded me of the quesadillas that me and my cousin would make when we were hungry at like midnight and there was nothing to eat. We'd just get tortillas, shredded cheese, put it in the microwave. Delicious. I recommend it if you're looking for a really quick snack. There's something about Carl Fredricksen that feels right about that. I feel like he is a nostalgic person and he really appreciates the memories that he's had in life, but he's ready for more adventures now. And that's kind of how I felt. I had a great time at La Hacienda de San Angel. I felt like a kid again. I felt like I was seeing things that I missed. And now I'm ready for my next adventure. And yeah, I feel like that feels right. I hope that's not silly or ridiculous, but it feels right. So, take it away, Sage. What is that? Ew.
So the Flying Fish is definitely more of an elevated, I would even consider it like almost on the cusp of like a fine dining experience here at the BoardWalk. Obviously Flying Fish, seafood is their specialty, but they do have a variety of other options like steaks, etc. The vibes were more intimate than I remember or anticipate. To be honest, I've never done a sit-down meal here before. I've only ever done like a food at the bar. Now, Flying Fish does require reservations. If you also want a full sit-down meal, you can join a walk-up list, or you can do what I did, was just ask for a seat at the bar. It is first come, first serve, and they will give you a full menu, a full dining experience, even though you're just sitting at the bar. But because I did order food, they did provide a free bread service, which was a potato and chive bread with this really nice butter covered in black pepper. It was so good. I was like, oh my gosh, if this is the experience I'm about to have, I'm really excited for Flying Fish. It's been a long time. And then I ordered the lobster bisque. Now look, my wife is from New England. I spent a lot of time in New England. Lobster bisque is one of my favorite soups-ish, but I love lobster bisque. I would also consider myself a lobster bisque connoisseur. I'm a Manhattan lobster bisque lover. This is not your typical lobster bisque. You know, it had like chive oil and, you know, it was plated really nice, and there was only like one thing of lobster in the center of the plate. That's not what lobster bisque is to me. Now, I'm not saying it was a bad lobster bisque. I'm just not quite sure how to feel about it because it's not my like homey lobster bisque. You know what I mean? For this experience, I had a great experience. In fact, I'm so intrigued that I actually am going to come back and to do a full meal, and I am curious to see how Flying Fish does in a full meal scenario. Now, if I'm gonna rate this a Pixar character, I'm thinking about fish, I'm thinking about flying. The only time I remember a fish flying in a movie is in Finding Nemo, where Nigel, the pelican, pick up Marlin and Dory to basically find Nemo, where they're running away from the seagulls. I'm gonna give it Nigel. Yeah. My final spot for the day is a place that is unfortunately going away by the time that this video comes out. It has been around for 30 years, and they finally decided to shut its doors in mid-April. That place is Jelly Rolls. Now, Jelly Rolls is basically a dueling piano bar. It was typically open between 7 and 1:45 in the morning. It was a late night hang. There are not many places, specifically bars, that are open until 2 a.m. in Disney World, and this was one of the only places where you could have that late night party. They didn't really offer any food in here other than like popcorn, things like that, but the whole purpose to come here was to drink and listen to fun music, these dueling pianos. They would get the audience to sing along. It would be a battle. There'd be a winner at the end of the night sometimes. It was just a fun, silly party. So for now, we say adieu to something that has been entertaining guests and cast members for 30 years, Jelly Rolls. Thank you for your service. It's been real, and we'll see you next time. Whew. What a long but fun day. We did a lot of things that we've never done before, me specifically, Angie as well, which is super fun. I'm gonna say Jelly Rolls is Bing Bong from Inside Out, because it's full of joy and fun and imagination, and like all things do, it slowly disappears. Hey, if you're still here, like this video. Don't forget to put this secret phrase in the comments to let us know if you made it this far, and don't forget to subscribe for Disney and Universal and theme park tips, tricks, secrets, hilarity, games and challenges, and whackity schmackety, and sometimes some sarcasm, some sarcasm, and some things that are questionable. We're pushing the envelope here because we're dropping videos 7 days a week, so it's bye.